Hi, I'm Dave, we're at Gentleman Rose Club and we're with Lorenzo. We're cutting his hair and beard today. So we're going to do a skin fade and we're going to keep some of the length coming through. We've been cutting Lorenzo's hair now for months really, isn't it? A year maybe? Yeah. And it's just a trim really on the sides. So we're going to put skin fade in and then we're going to line the beard up. Do you want to take any length out of the beard?
Yeah, thank you.
Take a little bit of length out of it, just make it look nice and sharp. So what we've been doing on the top here is we've been parting on this one side here and keeping the length coming over. So there'll be a parting there. That's a natural parting that we've followed before and we're just going to put that back in again. The dodgy thing with a parting is when you keep putting it in and putting it in and putting it in, it gets wider and wider and wider every time. So we need to start again really and make that a nice thin parting, not too wide. On this particular haircut, because there's so much length on top, I'm going to cut the top first and then do the skin fade. Sometimes I do it the other way around. So just wear the hair down now. Make sure the client's nice and comfortable. And we're pulling everything backwards and finding the natural way that hair's going to sit. The last time we cut the parting in, you can see the regrowth along this line here. So it's really important not to make this parting too wide. The way to make sure this doesn't go too wide is grab some scissors, take down the regrowth, and that's going to allow you to be able to see what you're doing on that parting. The great thing about this, Lorenzo, is you're going to have a video on YouTube. That means your next barber, you can say, just do that. Yeah, just see, I've got a tutorial of how to cut my hair. Okay, so now we've got a bit more of a cleaner workspace. So we're going to start from the front and we're going to go to the back. It's going to be slightly wide at the front and it's going to slope off towards the back. So you want to notch about in the middle, a notch in the middle there. But what I'm doing now is I'm going straight in the middle and I'm working out how much hair I'm going to remove, and I'm going to work either side of that line. So now I can see there's a little bit of growth on either side of the line, but I've got a clean guideline in the middle. So we're going to take a little bit of shaving gel, I'm going to run it down the line. If you go that way, you'll pull the hair out of the section in, so you want to go with the grain, with the direction of the hair. So we're going to grab a razor. You need a sturdy razor really. These plastic light ones are a little bit too flimsy for putting in lines on this head, because this hair here just seems to be a lot thicker than it is on the sides, around the face. So we're going to start from the back, start from the front, sorry, work to the back. So if I just took you slightly this way. Now very, very, very light pressure. Almost just letting the blade do the work. Then you just wipe the excess on your hands, stops you having to stop what you're doing. Okay, so we've decided where our parting's going. We've put it in nicely with a blade, as you can see. And it's looking nice and tidy. So that's given us clear parameters to work with on the top. So we're going to put up a front section, and that's going to be about, so I want the front to be longer than the back. So I'd say we take off about an inch, and we're going to over direct it to the right. Now I'm going to pull back another section. I'm going to be using that front section as a guideline. I'm going to take it slightly shorter, so I can see now what's got to come off. And we're going to go slightly longer, slightly shorter. We pulled out the section and we're gonna again over direct the hand, keeping it at about a 35-degree angle, and we're just gonna snip off the edges. That's gonna create a nice movement when we lie that back. And we're gonna follow that around the head. When you come to the back here, we're gonna do the same, but we're gonna slightly arch the fingers, and that's to put a little bit of shape into the back of the cut. Okay, now we're going to work on this side. This side's slightly harder because you haven't got any length. Going to comb down. Going to pick up the hair. And we're going to just take around a centimetre off. I'm going to be following that line along, and I'm going to slightly dip it towards the back. So you're taking slightly less off there. This section here, so we've talked about this before, and instead of leaving it long and sweeping it back, what we normally do is we trim along the line and we keep that quite harsh. Now I can see what's too long there. When I pick up the hair, I can pull out. That's going to look beautiful now when it's all faded up. We can blend this line out. So we're going to put our first guideline in for the fade, and we're going to use a number 2 guard and a comb. We're going to go in, and we're going to do a C motion, making sure that we don't put any lines or take out too much weight from the side. Now I can feel his occipital bones there, so I know I'm going to take the fade lower than that. It's quite a high occipital bone. So I want the crown to sit, I want the hair to split either side, but I want the crown to sit flat. So almost like a T, so that way and then that way and that way. And that will just help the hair to find its kind of natural position. Alright, so now we're going to start with the fade. So we're going to clip up this section of hair. Get that out of the way. So we're going to use 0. So closed guard on the magic clip. So that's going to be closed. But we're going to take it just slightly off so that it doesn't leave an imprint in the hair. So it's probably, I mean, as you can see there, it's about 2 mil off. And we're going to start at the back of the head, and we're looking for a nice kind of smile shape on the back here, with enough room to fade below the O. So if I start around here, I know I've got 2 inches, 1.5 inches, maybe 1 3/4 inches to fade into. We're going to follow that round. And then we're going to look to see if there is some nice symmetry either side. And then from this side here, you've now got something to join up to. So we're going to go from the bottom of the eyebrow. We're going to take it over. So that's going to be our baseline. Right, now we're going to remove the bulk. So we're going to drop the clipper all the way down so it's zeroed. And we're going to be removing the bulk, flicking out just towards the line so that we don't go into the hair. Right, we're going to use the detailer now, and we're going to just outline an edge on this cut and the back of this beard. So I can see I'm going to take a little bit from there, not going to push it back too much. I'm just straightening it out slightly. Right, we're going to get a nice kind of half moon shape on this side. And you like the beard pointed, don't you? Got the beard to a point normally?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so to get a nice point on that beard, people think that you just go from one side, but the best way to do it is to establish a line on the back. Establish a nice line there. Okay, and then you're going to work a line from here to here. So start there. And then we're going to shape that with a blade. But it's very key to get a nice line on the back before you do the front. Some people go in with the front and then they end up chasing the line up, and it just seems clean like that. Right, so we're going to start fading this area from the 0 into the 2. And we're going to start with an no guard, but an open blade on the clipper. I'm going to start on the back. And we're going to be going in and doing a C motion again. About an inch and a half, I'd say, so just below that O bone. And we're going to follow that round. We're going to work down now, so we're going to go open blade, and we're going to close it so it's half closed, and that's going to remove our last bit of weight just on that line, and we're not going too high on this now. We are just removing that weight line. Hair's a little bit thicker at the back, so you might have to drop it down a little bit lower there. And at this point now, I'm not holding my clipper like that. I'm holding my clipper with 3 fingers almost, so I've got movement in it. And I'm just flicking out. So there's a little shadow here. I can see it's where the bone dips, but I still don't want that left in the fade, so I'm just taking a clipper and I'm just clearing out a little bit of hair from there. Now we're going to go for a 1.5. So we've got number 1 guard, and we've got it fully open. And we're going to remove the weight from this line here. Then we're going to blend with scissor over clone. So we're just going to take out a little bit more of that on the 1.5. So at this point, you don't need to worry about anything above this line. We're just trying to blend that out. Drop down for me, Lorenzo. That's great. Feel the O bone there, but I'm going to leave that a little bit longer so that it doesn't expose that. Right, then we're going to drop down to a 1. Again, we're going to remove just a little bit of weight. See a little bit of weight there. Just got a thinning scissor. I'm just going to touch a few hairs there. Okay, so we're going to blend with clipper over comb first. So I'm just going in and taking a little bit of weight. I'm just taking the edge off that corner. Okay, so we're just going to dry the hair off so that we can see what needs blending on this line here. Sometimes the hair is a bit darker when it's wet, so it's hard to tell what you need to do. So we're going to dry that off, take a little look at it, and then use the scissors to take out any imperfections. Okay, so we're just blending out now with a 20% thinner. I've looked over the blend, and I just think it needs a little bit of softening on that edge bit there. Now working around this edge bit here, we're going to pull out and just trim the ends. Okay, so we've got a number 1, and we're going to just taper the edges slightly, and I'm going to take off a little bit around here, and I'm going to freehand these whiskers on the top. that 1.5 is just kind of clearing any longer hairs, making it look a little bit fuller, I think. Adam's apple, we're going to pull the skin across. You want that to be nice and taut under there when you're doing this.
You doing that to beat the song?
Okay, so we're going to cut a nice line in around here.
Oh, I've seen that then, Isaac.
Charlie Brown. Did we figure out if your name was really Charlie Brown or was that a lie? It was, that's true.
Charlie Brown, that's my OG name, mate. Why are you Welsh? You always have that.
Okay, so we're going to work the moustache now, so we're just going to cut a line in and we're going to angle it slightly so that it looks like it fits the lip and it's not just straight across. Okay, I'm going to spin around this way so you can see what I'm doing and we can use the light. So, I'm going to hold my razor nice and tight because this razor's got a tendency to slip out my hand. We're going to use the heel of the blade and take it to the corner. I'm going to wipe the excess on the hand again. I'm going to take it down to where I feel like it's solid. Because it is a little bit patchy, but we can make it look fuller by using that line. So we just got a bit of cream pomade here. Nah, that's not chili peppers, mate. Okay, just got a streaky comb. Just drop a little bit of wave into it. And that is a finished product. And now you can have a little video of it. And it's looking smooth as. Okay, Lorenzo. That feel okay, yeah?
Really good.
Happy?
Beardbrand is a premium men's grooming company with products not only for your beard, but also your hair and body. Do yourself a favor and head over to beardbrand.com and take care of yourself. Or you can stick around and watch a few more of our awesome videos.